We
Peace
got a
and love.
massive audience.
Peace and love. It's a massive audience. I think there's, well, it's probably just you. It's probably
Yeah.
just you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever it is. I hope you are having a good one. Welcome to the first day of fall here, the music vibe. I am Wes here at Rich New Design, and joining me from the Art of Floundering podcast, it's Wildy.
Peace and love. Happy first day of fall. Happy Sunday. Yeah, right?
Happy Sunday. I've got my religious leader outfit on. That's what Allie calls this. It's my religious leader outfit.
Is
Because it
it?
is a Sunday.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a more of a Jim Jones kind of look, you know?
Well, it kinda does, and the thing is, there's an airbrush. I don't think you can see it on the back of, and this is what I love about this thing is, let me see if I can actually turn off this blue filter for now. Let me get rid of this. Turn this thing around. There's an airbrush of
Hendrix?
yeah,
Bob Marley.
Bob
it
Marley.
Marley
It's
or-
Bob
yeah.
Marley. It's Bob Marley. That's what.
The,
And
the,
it's
the,
years old. I mean, this is years old.
the Church
Years
of the
old.
fucking Rasta hemp plant.
Rasta hemp plant. That's what I am starting my day off with. I hope everybody out there is doing something to keep themselves happy and start their day off with the Rasta hemp plant. But no, it's the first day of fall, and to be honest, it would be a coffee with Wes stream, but I believe in honesty and advertising, and I've got to wait for Amazon to deliver some coffee. So, and until that happens, I figure it's going to be a music stream just because I can't deliver on the coffee.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got to tell you, dude. I mean, now that I don't drink Diet Dr. Pepper, um, and I was going to, before I used to drink green tea. I mean, like, I would drink it just as much as I would drink Diet Dr. Pepper. I haven't done any caffeine. I haven't noticed anything. I don't feel any different. It's not like I feel healthy. You know what I mean? It's like I still feel like shit in the morning. It's still the back, it's still all the
Yeah.
fucking shit of growing old still there. But all that soda can't be healthy. I mean, when you look at, I think a couple chemicals are being banned by the FDA. They're
I
Diet
think
Dr.
I think
Pepper.
none of those. I've been pretty solid with coffee and water. That is every now and then I've got this big thing of the sweet and lemon flavored Lipton tea, right? The
Oh
powder,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
can make myself a glass of that, and it's very good. But it dehydrates the shit out of me. If I have one glass of that the next day, I'm gonna have cramps in my shins, somewhere in my legs. I will end up having cramps when I wake up, and I'll have to just be chugging water, even if I'm chugging it ahead of time, because I guess tea is much worse than coffee is at dehydrating.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I gotta yell at this dog. Let me yell at this
All
dog.
right.
I'm gonna get.
Like while he's doing that, all right, he's back. Did you yell at the dog? But dude, there was a time. I mean, when I quit drinking, I wasn't drinking any water. I mean, it was like I was reading an article about John Daly, the golfer, and he's
Hmm.
like, I haven't drank water in 20 years. It's beer and Diet Coke. I'm like, I'm on a John Daly diet. I'm gonna, fucking.
Now the beer, you can get your water out of the beer. You can end up getting what you need out of the beer. I don't know about the Diet Coke. I'm not
What
sure.
was it? When I was in the service, they were on this guy's ass. We were in the Philippines. Hey, you need to eat. And the guy was like, hey, man, there's a pork chop in every can. It's funny. Because it's all guys did there was drink and catch clap.
Well, that was I think it was a a group of monks, I believe, in Belgium. It may have been Belgium, but they brew beer, and they will live. They'll give up. They'll fast and everything, but just drink beer, and you're getting so much protein and so much other stuff that they're able to just live off of this meat or whatever, just for the longest of time, without bothering to eat anything else.
I mean, I would think, Europeans have better self control. We're gluttonous here in the United States. I mean, they could stop at one beer. That's like what? I God, man, German beer.
They start early. They start
Yeah.
early. They have a little bit more. They have a little bit more of a social contract than we do.
Yeah, they do.
We don't have that social contract here. There isn't a. My father, he goes to Germany for the first time, and he's tells me about he made a right turn at a intersection, a right turn without stopping, right on red, stopped and got chewed out by multiple other drivers. People told him how bad he was. It was like there was a terrible public shaming that came for him after that, and their society is just different. We don't have that here.
No,
I've got the
no,
squeakiest ass chair you've ever heard.
no, dude.
So
I'm
I
also.
don't think. Go
Have
ahead.
you ever converted? It's kind of weird what we're gonna do here, but we're gonna. I'm gonna convert the two-car garage into my living space,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna move the garage elsewhere. But have you ever done that before? Because I'm thinking the door is what I'm kind of. I don't know what direction to go with the garage door, because it's going to be full on bedroom studio. Hey, Mark, but the door, I wanted to have it let enough light in, but, all glass panel. I don't know about that shit. You know what I mean?
That yeah, that's if you're looking for that for the light, that's going to be the issue is getting the light in with the garage door. And when I had looked at doing some stuff, the only thing I did with the garage was turn it into a good wood shop.
Yeah.
I turned one into that, but that's a lot easier than a living space and everything like that. And that was all going to be artificial light anyway, just big hanging,
Oh, I'll
long
have,
tube
I'll have,
lights.
oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
But what I was
Well,
so I wasn't worried about anything.
yeah, for various science projects that you're working on,
Exactly, exactly.
botany.
Well, I had bought a no. Actually it was actually a wood shop. I had bought a lathe. I got a bonus one year, a 10 grand bonus at the end of the year, and I put $6,000 into all the Delta tools, all of the contractor series in the Delta tools,
Mm,
the including the lathe, the drill press, the joiner, the everything under the oh the I had to build this mobile unit for my table saw and everything. It was unbelievable, but no, I didn't get into growing till years later.
okay.
This was back. I put the rest of the money into a kayak and some
Oh, dude,
stuff.
see, that'd be fun too, man.
I was down in Florida. I lived right on a bay, right in Bonita Beach, across the way from the biggest name across the way in this bay was Judge Judy. She had a place over there. I was renting this place across from her, and a tiny house, one of these original houses here down in Bonita Springs, and several of the lots on this little islet that was put out in there. Several of them had already had the house torn down and put a new one on, and these were 4-story brick, just mansions. It was when they were really starting to just tear down all the
Yeah.
old stuff and put up these massive ones. So I got a deal on this one because the guy wasn't going to be developing for another 2 years, and so he just wanted to be able to rent it out. But I've got all this and just access to this amazing bay that I'd go out on the kayak, and there was an oyster bed on the other side, and I could go over near there and stand there and fish and just catch and fish all day out in the bay. And there's one day the water's just coming at me. All of a sudden, there's a wave of water coming at me, and I know there's something in the water big just coming at me. And I number one, it would have been a situation where somebody who was going to shit themselves would have shit themselves, and I didn't. I'm surprised that I didn't lose my bowels, because I'm thinking something huge is coming through, and it was just a dolphin chasing just ran this school of fish right up onto this oyster bed,
Mm.
and the dolphin then goes around, and later on I did see an alligator in that bay, and that was the last that I ever stood in the water out. Once I saw the alligator right along my dock, and it was as big as my kayak. And I thought, I'm not. They normally don't go out there, but there was a drought that year, so the alligators were going into more of the brackish water and the water towards the Gulf. That year, they had filmed them in the surf off of Sanibel Island. They'd filmed alligators there, so they were looking for food.
Dude, I'm
But
pretty
no,
jacked because I'm gonna have my amps plugged in again.
mm-hmm.
Drop down green screen. So anytime it's like that kind of thing, I'm just just to be able to just the conven like I had in Oklahoma. It just when it's
Yep,
time, I just flip a switch. To have that again.
that'll be
Yeah,
nice. That'll be
yeah.
nice. I'm hoping to get a puppet going. I'm hoping to find one and get one built up and everything, and because I'm not gonna chance buying another. I'm just it's like no. I After that last one, I'm not putting money in it. I'll just build another one and make a Frank or something along those lines because I want to get back into the comedy. And watching your success over there, we didn't get put out into the feed at all. We
You
didn't get
have to be
when
on the
we did that.
phone. It reads. I'm telling you, it reads
Well,
mobile,
we
and it's even though you're in that. I think it can tell it's
I
streaming software
have
and says "fuck
I
you."
have done it. I have done it
Really?
on my on the computer here on my channel, and it did. I did
Maybe it's
Steve
just
as an
sync.
hour, and
I
it
don't
gave me
know.
I got 300 views in that hour.
That's
And
weird, man.
it
It's
may be because it's the first time that Allie's put it out. We didn't really have a lot
could
of
be.
hashtags, so
Okay.
there could have been some differences, but we got lucky with that. But I have an idea that I'm going to use that shorts feed for, a marketing idea for something that Allie's. I think it's already ready to go. I just want to put this out there. This ad. It's going to be an ad. That's basically I'm going to run in OBS with characters and all that, and it's a 10, 12 minutes, something like that, with the animated characters, comedy, but it is selling
Cool.
the merchandise, and I'm just going to let that thing run. If they'll put that out in the shorts feed, and it can be put in front of enough people, and if I just let it run for like
Oh
12
yeah.
hours, just as an experiment, as a purely a marketing tool, just a
Well,
video
that's
that's
when.
got Karen and Rufy and Terry and the Australian guy, Dugas,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Australian for
yeah.
penis. The that guy. I've got those four lined up for the thing and everything. But that we've got the product. Mark's
Yeah,
gas
Mark's
station.
watching.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Hope everybody is first day of fall. I'm gonna pick the instrument up at some point in time, but I'm not in a hurry. Will D showed up, so I got
That's
somebody
right.
to talk to. And it was like I said, it would be a coffee stream if Amazon
Coffee.
delivered real early. I just don't have any coffee. I'm drinking water.
Oh man. The other thing is I'm looking at getting a new PC. Now the one I have, the gaming one I have is CLX, but I decided to do some research. Alienware is getting like great reviews, man. Have you
Yeah.
ever used their stuff? Because
Uh,
I mean,
uh,
their desktop is it's what I'm looking for, but I just never bought Alienware.
I haven't seen any reviews on. I mean, the name comes with a lot
That's
of quality and everything. I would
yeah.
I would think that it would be okay. I
I'm
have no idea. I've got a 6-year-old machine that I know I'm gonna end up having to replace, and I've already had a hard drive crash on it, and I
yeah.
replaced that hard drive in it, but I'm looking to hopefully get this thing replaced this year because it can't keep going. And whatever Allie is using, she has better performance when she's working in Adobe stuff and streaming than I do. And I've got 8 gig on the video. I've got 64 gig of memory,
What's
and
your
it's just
processor?
I'd have to look.
That could be
I'd
it,
have to
though.
look.
She
It
might.
it probably is.
You know, because I mean, I'm starting to get confused on fucking processors now because they're just not following any kind of numerical fucking, because the what is it? I get the AMD. At least I got for this. But the thing about that, we're geeking out. But the thing about the Alienware, it's Intel, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the reviews on it are solid, and what I like about it, it's just supposed to be very quiet. This fucking thing can, if I turn on the water cooling, I mean, it's like, you know,
Yeah, there's a lot of times that this, because it's got the water cooling and everything,
yeah.
and it's the loudest thing in the room. It's the loudest thing in the room. I worry a lot of times about the microphone picking it up like it's probably picking up on that dog. I'm gonna yell again. I just
Well,
look and scream in in her direction, and she usually stops whatever she's doing.
I mean, we're doing a total thing here because it's gonna be, by the way, we'll have two fucking plenty of room anytime. Once November's here, any fucking time. I mean, that's the other thing. I want it so my mom's friends can come here and all this shit.
Yep.
But I mean, we're totally gonna redo everything. But I'm thinking about getting also. I use the goddamn Focusrite, whatever.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, and they're okay, but it's okay. But it's like I want to get plugins and be able to do more with the sound. So I'm thinking about getting something different. Or I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
I went inexpensive with my 5-channel live mixer that I use instead of a Focusrite. It's got 2 stereo channels on it, and then I've got one input I'm using my guitar, one input for the bass, and then one for my XLR coming out of my microphone here. It does have the phantom power. What I didn't like is I'm not. There isn't a good indicator on the peaking. I'm not getting a good indicator. There aren't lights for that. There is not a good amount setting. I don't like the low. I'd like to have a lower setting on the reverb that it adds when I go to add that. There's a couple of things there that. But it was not expensive. It was not expensive. Because the Focusrites. I mean, they're just. Half of that is the name. I mean, it's the name and everything, and that comes with. So
And
a lot of these
it's
off
buggy
brands,
as fuck too, dude. It's like it's good. Like here's where it's good. Like when I have my speakers and stuff, and I've got like a 4-channel. So it don't make. But it's like to your point. I know there's plugins for them, but that's even more of an expense. But there should be. I should be able to have voice plugins in it that I can just like drag and drop and use. And I know other ones have these features, and these things are expensive, man. So it's like
that's
$400 or
the thing.
$500.
Once you get up to where you've got those things in there, you are looking at more expenses. That and of course, I have to monitor my expenses when it comes to music to my talent level,
So, yeah.
So until I get to this level, I know what I'm going to be using. I know what I'm going to be having going. That's but it's working. It's working. It just now. Did you see how it just now? It just now sent over, Mark. It just now sent over your good morning message.
Good God.
I see that StreamYard has some sort of problem with the messages.
I'm on an old Mackie
See if
1202.
if it would just pop it up here. Yeah, I'm reading it over here on this other screen. Because it's not putting it into StreamYard. It's putting it over here. Because Mark said hi a while ago. Pro interface.
Yeah.
Dual mic. Yeah, mine went to crap on me the other day. Turned out to actually be the plug in, causing me problems, feeding me noise and everything, and I was getting terrible noise on my mic. I was getting really bad. Just it was not going to work, and I thought the thing was going to crap. It's like, okay, what is wrong? It Once I replaced that and got power through a different from a different thing, that worked out. The power cable's fine. Everything else, it was the plug-in AC outlet to the USB that then would feed into the Type C or whatever it is that goes into the back of the machine. But there was some sort of pop. It was throwing out some noise. The thing was still running, but and then it just went out on me. But so I feel good that that's still not dead. I thought I was going to have the expense of having to replace that, but no, that's okay. I had plans to make it to Gary's last night. I did.
I wanted to.
I went to bed late. I did wake up in time, but I'm so disheveled, right? And Allie and I hung out. And I had it running. If he had not gotten anybody up, but I was getting close to the point where, okay, I feel like I can go up now. I'm awake enough. But it was so that he would have somebody up because nobody was up. Once Axe showed up, and then was it Mr. B or something like that? Axe and Mr. B showed up.
They were the first ones, and then Michael Songs was on pretty quick.
Right. At that point, it was like they don't need me. They don't need me. I can just
that's the way I felt
because
after the first hour, I was like, I can't make it, because I was okay. It could have had something to do with the edibles. I don't know, but it was. I mean, we had a long day, and I'm on a new schedule now. So, but I'll make it next week because that's the one stream. But getting back, if we ever do a comedy, the way I'm going to advertise it is doing the lives with the phone, because I've been able to drive not much because I'm not doing it, and I'm only doing these lives at 3 in the morning and shit. But if I was like to do it at noon and stuff like that, noon would be a great time for you to hit it. But like, hey, tonight. Because I've gotten, it's not much, but 20 extra subscribers, and they're actually watching my shit.
I've seen you've got subs, and you've got people that are coming out regularly watching these programs. It is working. Doing that is working for your channel.
Yeah, it's fun, too, and it's easy. You just turn the phone on and just whatever.
And those are going to be people that'll be into whatever we're doing.
Exactly.
Because they're fans of the actual comedy. They're fans of the filth that you are bringing with those puppets, and I reference that a lot.
Mr. Smith,
I reference that. Mr. Smith, peace and love.
What's up, man?
Peace and love. Oh, hope you're doing well. It seems deceiving. It says music vibe, and there is a bass over here.
We're talking
about
it. We're talking about the
We've
things that bring music.
There you go. So we're gonna in a sense we have delivered. I may play in a bit.
Friday, Mr. Smith and Valerie, they were talking. I watch Mr. Smith. I watch you guys every Friday. I lurk, but they were talking. It was a good stream. They were talking gear. She was talking a audio interface.
I heard. I was there for the part about the microphones, about the differences between dynamic and
really
condenser
cool.
microphones and everything else. I lurk over there, and Mr. Smith also has his Tuesday lives. He does the half hour, it's an hour long, but it's a half hour stream, is what it's called and all that. But delivering the goods over there playing. I would highlight this if it ever comes over, Mr. Smith, but I'm not. And did it get rid of the other one from Mark? What is going on?
I could see the chats, but I don't see them pop up. I see Gemma's. Hey, Gemma.
Gemma's has now come up over here. Gemma's has come up. Peace and love, Gemma. I only see Mark's gas station. I only see this one, and I see Gemma's.
Let me see something here. So here's Mark's.
You see them all?
Yeah, I can see them.
Okay.
I'll click on them.
It has not given me Mr. Smith's. It has not given me that.
That's weird, man. We are. Well, how are you, Wes?
I'm doing good. I haven't slept, but I feel I'm doing good. I'll be sleeping this afternoon.
I just woke up. I feel good. Uh-oh. Oh shit. When I saw Ripped, I thought he was gonna tell us he ripped a bicep or something.
That
He
was
can't. Yeah.
when I saw the word ripped as I was reading. It's like, oh, but no, it was okay. He turned
Yeah.
out okay. No, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I got no complaints. I mean, some, but it doesn't matter. I spent time with a family that, I rather would have done something else. It wasn't as productive or nice a time as one would hope with family. But that's often the case, and that's another reason why I'm really good as a loner. I'm really good as a loner because family sucks.
Yeah, it's interesting, like with my mom. It's just family's interesting. Um,
They really are. I I had thought about exploring with this because I run this bass and I always hear good things about the tone on the bass.
oh,
Which
I love it.
well, it's just a setting on this Digitech pedal that I have here, and I've thought about the different things that I could do.
That sounds so cool, man.
It's too loud though, isn't it? Is it too loud against the vocals? No, because I'm trying to see it in the filter. If this would work for funk, but this has got it's a Digitech pedal, so I've got a lot of playing that I could do with it and just have some fun with that. Yogurt is thicker than water, or something like that. Yes, yogurt. Yogurt is thicker than water. No,
That sounded cool, man. That wah, wah, boom, boom, wah,
if
wah.
if I had something good, if I had any talent, that's the
You
thing.
do have talent, dude.
If I had any talent to really be able to,
People. Great tune, man. Was it Chili Peppers? Who redid that? Yeah.
Chili Peppers, Flea over there.
God, Flea could fucking.
He's hammering on that song too.
Dude,
He's hammering on that song.
He's a music teacher, I think, now. Like part time. But he's an amazing player.
It could just give me some interesting sounds. First day of fall, yeah. First day of fall. First day of fall. I wanna get high today. I wanna get high today. First day of fall. First day of fall. Is it that's how are the vocals mixing in with it? Are the vocals
Sounds good. Yeah, it's real
Okay.
good level. Yeah.
Okay, that's I may experiment with some different. Oh, I'm not doing it right now. I'm actually, because I said I want to smoke some weed, I'm gonna clean some weed here and get one ready. And then I might do another song. Not that I've done one. That I run it through this pedal, and then I run it into the quarter inch, the output from the pedal to the quarter inch on this mixing board I have. The guitar, and Shelly Michelle Morrison, I have not seen her this morning, but she is a great supporter out there. She was talking about what she was wanting to do and all that, and what her budget was. She had like a $400 budget. They were trying to get her to put that down as a deposit on the Ovation they were trying to sell her at the store.
No.
And I'm like,
No.
get online.
Yeah,
I
she
said,
could
you're
get
just
something
looking
really
to play
decent for
and
200.
just have some fun. I said, yeah, and then amplifiers, this Cube amplifier that I have that has all the amp modeling and everything else. It'll connect USB to your phone. You can use headphones, all that other. It's like $39.
Yeah.
It's like $39, and that way she'd be all set with something. There have the you gotta turn off all the if you turn everything off, it's still a crapshoot. I have noticed at times echoes where there shouldn't be. where nobody, there's nothing playing in there.
That was happening on Gary's last night, just out of
I
nowhere, you know.
I noticed it. I noticed it on one of the streams I did with Allie. There was a slight echo that she had, and I've got both headphones in. I'm watching. I've got both headphones. There's no, there's nothing. And the mic shouldn't be picking that up off of these earbuds or anything. Not the level it was. So I am looking at OBS, and I don't. Did you see the short that Allie posted
Yes.
of her?
Awesome.
I love that she did that. She hit every note. She was doing
it was awesome, dude. I thought you guys might even join that night and do that song, last night.
I had talked to her about that. Well, after doing that, I had thought how I can connect into her system using OBS Ninja. She can add me to her stream and my audio to her stream in OBS, and then have the audio from it playing out of her speaker, and so that her mic is picking that up along with her singing, and because that's how a lot of these karaoke people they'll have it just picking up both.
Right.
That way, there'll be an echo from me, but if it's just me accompanying and me doing vocals on my part and then her doing vocals on top, it'll all be in time. Because then we just connect to whatever using her, because she's got OBS, so she'll be streaming to either our channel or if we go on Gary's together, and I'll be the one that has a delay coming back at me, but I'll just ignore that while I'm playing the song and everything, and it won't matter during the talking. So in that one direction, we can actually end up playing together on these shows, and I told her she doesn't have to, because I'm obviously I want to have fun and do all that, and she was there grabbing the air, just into it.
That was cool, dude.
I love the emoting she had going, and she called it focals, faux vocals. She's got a Nickelback song that she does as well, and
no, it was I was like really impressed, man. I thought, who else we got on here? Mr. Smith, Marks. The other two are probably us.
Gemma. Well, I'm not. I
Gemma.
don't think I'm in there. So Gemma's still hanging out.
That's right.
You are too kind, Gemma. You are too kind. You are too kind. And definitely it is. We are so close because it's technically eight something in the morning Eastern time. I think is when the equinox actually occurs. When we are in that position with our tilt in regards to the sun, to where it's that even 12 and 12. It's the even amount of sunlight. So first day of fall, getting ready. It's going to be upper 80s all week. Kind of pissing me off.
It's like this. What it's doing here now is the weather I can live with. It's like 70 to 80 during the day, and then at night it's like 50. I'm just really into it. Uh-oh. Your puppet show. 10 minutes until noon.
Oh yeah, she's 5 hours ahead of us.
Okay, that's right. Hey, thank you, Gemma.
She's she loves the puppet shows. Those are some filthy puppet shows, aren't they? Aren't they some filthy?
What I want to do is, I really think this is like niche, but for this. For disabled people, like customized birthday parties where, okay, send me the pictures of your kid and who you want to be in, and I can animate them all, do customized songs, and you charge like, okay, what do you want for birthday, whatever, the little story with the kid, bullshit. I don't know. So they get like a customized fucking movie with it. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, gee whiz! Golly, whoops. Hey, I sent you the wrong tape.
I was just over here thinking about. I'm thinking about your content, and
Oh.
I'm thinking about making birthday videos for kids. It's-
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, I know, I know. I know.
oh my god, that was good.
Maybe going to jail right
Well,
afterwards.
you
You
gotta,
know,
you gotta have goals. You
it's
gotta
for the
have goals. That's
kids.
what it
It's
is.
for the kids, man. That's why I do it.
It, I agree with that, Mr. Smith. And I used to run. I used to run my Friday shows before the first time I ended up having to take a break. Uh, the Friday shows where I'd have at least three, sometimes four other people other than my camera on the stream. I did all that in OBS. It was a lot to manage. It was a lot to manage because they don't have the layouts that don't dynamically adjust for the cameras, adjust for what cameras are there and so forth, like you have with StreamYard. So I just StreamYard was so much easier to work with additional cameras that I just had to go with it. I'm not happy about the way things have been happening with the errors that they've got going on and stuff, but I I think I'm gonna continue. I'm biting the bullet, and I'm just
Well,
sticking
if
with
you
it with
have
the
guests
89
on,
next month.
yeah. I mean,
I
I love mine. You know, Mr. Smith. I use vMix, and it is great. It's like professional software, and I can bring on guests and shit. But it's easier to do Zoom. But you can't beat StreamYard's how seamless it is to be able to like stream, and you. But here's the other thing. But the people stream it to their site, since knocking that off, so you're not like screwing them up. That's the feature I love. But you know,
well, and that's it. Once YouTube started demonetizing people because of that,
yeah,
for the multiple at the same time, that was because I we did that all the time, right? We
yeah, it
had
was
all of
great.
our all the it was like everybody put this on your channels. Let's all party out here, and so all those lap sticks are everywhere, and I
Which is
saw that
great.
happen with pole vault, and I thought, damn, I don't want to end up in a position where the channel gets, because I'm hoping to turn this channel into some
Right,
stuff.
and my stuff is guaranteed. That I mean, you hook up into me, and I will infect whoever's whoever's like, with my disease, man. Which
Yours is so the
it's
thing is
pretty
yours is
tame,
so original. Oh, yours
right?
is tame.
Well,
I love the way I was trying to think of what the word was. Captures your sense,
oh, your
your
slot, got all
essence.
the hair on your slot.
Oh my god!
Yeah, yeah. I
There's
mean, it's
there's
tame.
moments there's moments that lines like that come out that I
Oh,
bust
dude.
out so hard laughing, and they stick
I'm
with you.
telling
Those
you, man,
moments that
Allie's animation, dude, is like every day better and better. It's like just get her the tools and watch her take off, dude. She's
she
awesome.
is doing. Mr. Smith, peace and
Yoo-hoo,
love.
right
Oh,
on.
hang on, you get a shimmy. I'm gonna give you a shimmy for that. There's your shimmy. There's your shimmy. And I might play a bass song. I might play a bass song. Thank you.
Doo, doo,
Uh,
doo, doo, doo,
dun, dun, dun,
doo.
dun,
I keep
dun.
big bottom. My
I
mom
haven't
is
played that
doing.
in so long. I haven't played Big Bottom in so long.
We had I'll give you a 23andMe story. Somebody had did 23andMe and found out not me, okay, but my mom's brother, that this poor guy related to him and stuff like that. So we're my mom's meeting new family, but she's getting ready to do it, and I told her what she's gonna find out. I mean, it's like everything on her side of the family. It's like Ireland. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It's they're all
Yep.
drunks. I mean, no, I mean, it's all Ireland. I mean, there was a she couldn't make it. My family had a wedding a couple Saturdays ago, and I was going to take her, but she couldn't make it. She wasn't doing well. Everybody got drunk. All the boys got drunk and in a fight. I mean, it's just a typical that side of the family, dude. It's just, you know.
That's mine.
Yeah.
That's it is. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for sexy. I'm bringing sexy back to streaming. Blue chicken, blue chicken. Peace and love.
Yeah, a long
Peace
time.
and love.
Gemma, I do have a disabled puppet character. That's the Amazing Slacker. The Amazing Slacker is a disabled superhero. But yeah, I didn't think about autism, because I actually there's a University of Colorado Springs here. They have a big in their psychology department. They do trauma research, and I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
try to hook up with them and say, hey, why don't we do some research with my puppets, dude? Trauma, you know. Oh well, there'll be new
The
ones coming
amazing.
out, Gemma. I'm revamping the Amazing Slacker, and about by around middle of October, there'll be new ones going out once a week.
Is the saga of Alex Jones still up there for the viewing?
It is. But I stopped it. I I'm gonna. He's still coming back. He's gonna be part of him, Elon Musk, and Kim Jong Un and Steve. I mean Jeff Bezos are gonna be like this axis of evil kind of thing.
The discussion I had with my father and my uncle yesterday that got so heated, it began with me as I'm drinking my coffee and I'm taking my first bites of my biscuits, a sausage and biscuit, just or biscuits and gravy with the sausage in there. I'm taking my first bites and I hear Elon Musk is the smartest man on the planet. Elon Musk is the smartest. And I'm laughing. I said, well, he certainly has convinced you of that, hasn't he? And it just went downhill from there. It went downhill from there.
Well, even if I personally think that Tesla is 50% marketing. I think all these other companies are making just as good EVs, if not better.
Yeah.
But he's just destroying his brand, getting political. I don't. It's not. I don't care whether. What are you doing, you dumbass?
That was
You
where
want to
that was
divide
where
your.
I
If I
went.
was a shareholder, I'd be pissed. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, because you got now because he's associated with this particular blend of politics. Hollywood's like, I wouldn't buy a fucking car just because you've just politicized it. Now I've got a fucking target on me. You know.
He's terrible.
And
He's
he is.
terrible. He flaunts his terribleness. He has this need to be a character,
Well, where is he
need to
from,
be
by the
out
way?
there.
Where's he originally from?
South
The land,
Africa.
yeah, the land of fucking, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
There's a lot of that attitude seems to come across.
Now I'll
And
I'll give it up.
I brought up the
SpaceX.
stuff. These guys, and I was saying like you're getting ready to that
Yeah.
SpaceX. There's advancements that I am happy to see. I'm happy to see we got reusable stuff going on. We've
Yeah.
got let's speed up the launches. He is doing that, but I brought up stuff about responsibility to shareholders, responsibility to other things along those
Yeah.
lines, and he has no business
Got
getting
a
out here and
maniac running the company.
doesn't
It's
matter.
just
Doesn't matter. It's his money. It's his
yeah.
money. And the thing was, because they're telling me to get a job over there with Elon, because Elon's hiring all tech people, and it's like I would not want to
I
work.
would not work for him.
I
I-
and I turned to my uncle and I said, you were a union member. You were a truck driver until you retired. He is terrible, terrible with labor. How are you not? And I just, oh, you're one of them. That was actually said. So you're a Kamala, and I said I don't support any politician. I said I don't. I'm not on
Yeah.
one of these wings that you're wanting me to be on.
It to me it's like and I agree he is a bully, Gemma.
Yep.
He is a bully. I mean it doesn't matter what he's spewing. From a business standpoint, it's like when Chick-fil-A does it. When anybody does politics, they just set themselves up for you just cut 50% of your business off in this
Exactly.
country. It's stupid.
It, Hobby
And he's
Lobby. I
Uh,
won't be buying a Hobby Lobby.
well,
I don't go to Chick-fil-A.
well, I mean,
I
my
have
family,
bought at both.
yeah, I have too. I mean, my mom, I mean, my mom is gay and she fucking loves Chick-fil-A. Just
Those
there's some
waffle
kind of,
fries.
yeah, there's something there that's just like, fuck it, I'm going to do it, but it's these companies, man, just stay out of morality, stay out of religion, stay out of politics, and just sell shit. You know, we all know you're about profit. Let's just be what you are.
Judas, Judas, peace and love, peace and love. Good morning. I hope you were starting your day off the right way with the wanna of the Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing that I can go all day with. We're not thinking on power, man. I mean, we've got the car way great. We've got EVs. That's wonderful, but man, we got to
How
we got
many
to go back to we got to do nuclear or something, dude. Got to do
how many
something.
cobalt mines are we gonna have to are we gonna have to we need to open up more of those. You know?
Jump
Because
on
I
a
think
fucking asteroid.
there are more kids that need jobs, and let's
Yeah,
get some more of those cobalt mines out
fuck
there
yeah, dude.
with those. That's the way that goes. That's all of our everything we're using right now is just powered by child labor and just horrible conditions on some level somewhere.
Shit. I like this message. Work for another hour, rolling up, have a margarita.
That's a way. There you go. That is
Happy
a fucking
Sabbath.
Sunday.
Yeah.
The Sabbath. That's why I'm wearing my religious garb today. I've got my religious garb on today.
I'll be partaking of the sacrament later as I go get high. That's what my code for getting high. I agree 100%.
Totally, totally. Well, he's another one. We have you notice traits in people, people that want to be cool, people that really want to be cool and really want to be important. I believe the orange mop head guy that's running on the one. I think that's kind of a he has this need for that, and I think Elon's got that same ego thing where no, if you didn't have money, nobody would fuck with you at all because you're really just you're a chunk and nobody wants to deal with you because you're a chunk of shit, and and I think Elon's got that same kind of ego maniacal thing going.
He reminds me of a lot of people I worked for, like in the late '80s. Startups. And they're just jerk offs. And if you're not
Yeah.
working 20 million hours a day and dying, you just suck. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of the spine stuff. It's just I wish he's got to focus because he's in danger of like not getting anything done. Just kind of. I
Yeah.
mean, if you look at the Cybertruck, the build quality, it's a fucking joke, man. It's like the seams don't line up. It's like what the you this it's unbelievably how the quality
Well,
control on it. You know?
I think there's been there is a suffering of the quality because
Yeah.
you are cutting corners, you are
Yep.
streamlining things. We don't need all this, we don't need all that. Just do it,
Right.
and that produces shit. That produces crappy products. The space, I love what he's got going on there. We'll see. I figure the only way asteroid mining is what, and the robots will be the one doing that.
Yeah,
The
but
robots, but
we gotta jump on one of those, man. Start get some shit.
once we start mining, then we've got a whole nother industry. That's something going on, but when will that happen? I don't know.
I
The
bet you we're 10
Starlink,
years
uh,
out.
putting
Star-
that Starlink up.
Yeah, guess what? Guess what Starlink does now? Starlink is the Chinese can use Starlink to be able to tell where our stealth fighters are, because Starlink will get a fucking heat. It's just thank you, Elon. It's this
Well,
trillion
didn't
dollar
those guys on that
technology.
ship? Didn't those guys on that ship? Weren't they accessing it? Weren't they
Oh
turning
yeah,
on? Didn't they have an
yeah,
account or whatever?
yeah.
That's the well, and that's the thing in today's. I, there can't be anybody that takes any type of warfare seriously with that, because you would end up having to just kill all the technology. If you don't have overwhelming technology over top of your enemy, they're going to take yours out. Everybody's is going to go down. China will blow satellites out of the sky. China will just
Yeah,
litter it
I'll
with.
be honest with you, man. I think China is nothing. I mean, their youth are checking out. There's no jobs. Asia's got a huge problem with. I mean, China's got the other problem China's got is like you've got way more. You got a lot of dudes and not a lot of women because of their policies they used to
There's like a
have. So,
75 million guys that'll just never have a woman,
right.
never have a wife, never have a child. It's an angry group of guys.
That's a
That's
lot of dudes that are fucking pissed off. And then you've also got kids that are working their ass off, like South Korea, going all this. I mean, all this Type A shit, just busting ass, getting these advanced degrees, and there's no jobs, none.
none.
You
Well,
know,
and
and
that's not getting any better.
no,
And we talk about universal basic income, but it'll never happen because AI is just going to wipe us out. That's that's it. It's all up to AI how the future is going to be
we're
because we're
so
not ready
close.
for it.
I mean, if we could just figure out, you know, nuke power. I was reading some stuff where they're talking hydrogen fusion again, but get on clean power and turn AI loose. We're good. We're there. Dude, we're this
That's
close.
that's the thing. Didn't they have a good and repeatable? They are starting to get some decent returns out of fusion generators that they
Yeah.
have now. There have been some breakthroughs in
Oh yeah.
that.
They had to. We hadn't heard much on it, but they had the energy breakthrough like 3 years ago when we first
It
met.
was
Yeah.
it was something. I think it was adding lasers to it or something like that to do something with the positioning with it. But no, that is a hope. But what money is in that? That's the thing. We're only going to move forward as quickly as the powers that are in place now will allow us. Uh, the documentary "Who Killed the Electric Car,"
Yeah.
which talks about and I believe the car was created in '94. Was it it was Chevrolet's EV1, or I can't remember what it was called. But they had an electric car. People wanted to keep them. They wouldn't let anybody keep them. They would only lease the vehicle. They didn't market it the same as other vehicles. They didn't give it sexy ads or anything. It was in ads that you would just dismiss the car and everything in whatever it was. Uh, all of them, people tried to keep them from being repossessed, pulled out, and everything. They were offering exorbitant amounts of money. I want to keep this car, and they ended up taking, at the end of the lease, they took all of them back. They took all of them back and had them all destroyed.
Yeah.
Uh, there was a guy who created a battery. There were several things that were passed in California that had to do with the requirements on it that were just going to end up killing it, and those were totally paid for by BP, the beautiful people at BP.
Yeah.
This guy created a battery that would double the mileage on this electric vehicle, and he had this technology that was basically doubling the battery, and BP bought him out and shut it down. Bought his company out and shut his company down. And, because at the time of the making, the auto repair oil filters, oil for the car. The maintenance on a vehicle is a $5 billion a year industry, which it wouldn't be needed
Oh
with
yeah.
these others. It doesn't have the same requirements. So somebody's got to let go of their. They play hardball. If you're controlling an area like that, you're going to play hardball and hang on to your profit.
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, it's not the same thing, but if you look at like how quickly any marketplace can change. Amazon put a lot of, but like Blockbuster. I don't know if anybody even remembers Blockbuster, but
Yeah.
I used, and then Netflix. Does Netflix even send DVDs out anymore, or they just stick to streaming? I don't even know what
I
their
don't
plans
know
are.
that they do. I think they stopped. I think
Yeah,
they stopped the sending them out. No, you and Amazon's an interesting one there though. Amazon, it was years no profit, never made a profit.
yeah, I
But it
know.
was just, hey, this is the future. This is what it's going to be. Uh, my father and I, was a discussion we were having. He was saying they never make a profit. I mean, why is this company existing? And I
I
said,
was
this
I
is
was in your dad's camp. I was totally wrong. I was totally
I
wrong. I didn't see what they were.
people
Yeah, they're a
home
logistics
shopping
company.
networks.
They
Home
they
shopping networks were a success because
right.
of people's desire. If you give them easy access to make purchases and all that, and this was just another one of those.
That's the other thing. That's the other reason why drinking these fucking sodas, I was getting guilty. All the single-use plastic I was going
Yeah,
through. I was like, my carbon footprint, man. I'm just like, I may not be driving, but I'm killing the planet with these.
hemp, hemp. What I've thought of so many times is hemp for humanity. Hemp
Yes.
for humanity. It can be used in so many industries. Its carbon footprint when it comes to concrete with hempcrete. It is being put into so many different areas of our society, and it can really turn things around.
I
Hemp
was
for
looking.
humanity.
I
Everybody getting high.
because I want to try to redo my mom's house, and we've been looking at like siding, right? And instead of concrete, I'm wondering if they have hemp siding. Because they have concrete siding now, but I would much rather go with the hemp. The hemp.
Yeah, I think it's still more expensive, but
But
hempcrete, they
yeah,
should, and hempcrete siding, and hemp is also fire, at least fire resistant. It's really difficult to get the thing to burn when it's mixed in there and all that. There's some
well, and
fantastic
I was
advances.
reading like it's because there's going to have to be more like concrete homes, adobe, or something in this climate change. I mean, you can't just continuously rely on AC. I don't think you're going to have to, have a house that's better protected from the elements. And I
I
wonder if
think
the
you got to go
hempcrete does it.
underground.
We may have to, dude. If you live out in like Arizona.
Let me real quick. Hey, welcome to the music vibe. We're about to talk about ancient civilizations that ended up going underground because of some apocalyptic
Yeah,
event that was
Planet of the
happening.
Apes, man.
You see all of these, like in Turkey, I think, 26 levels, these huge complexes underground that there's no record of when but they clearly had animals, stables, clearly had layers with all of this stuff in it. There's similar ones in China, massive underground, as if mankind had to go underground at some point
Yeah.
in time prior to that Younger Dryas or something. Did we have at some point in time an advanced enough civilization to say, hey, that comet's coming this way, we need to start digging, or was it a slow, hey, the winters got worse and worse, and then crops started to fail, and people are dying, we need to move underground.
Right.
That's We could all be headed that way with Apophis, 2036. I think it's 2036. If it passes through this little keyhole, and Earth has enough of a nudge on its trajectory, it'll hit us 7 years later. So 2029, Apophis flies on by closer than some of our satellites and everything, and then it'll be back 7 years later.
Yeah. Well, we'll use the photon laser beam by then.
Hey, tell me who's working on the photon laser
Well,
beam, and I'll
I don't
feel good
know.
about that.
To that point, that one comet that they bashed into, and they said they changed the trajectory. I think they're hedging their bets on that. I haven't really. I heard that, but then you kind of it's been very quiet. Like maybe it hasn't happened. You know.
It it depends on how long it takes for them to verify things with the actual observed orbit
Right.
compared to what because they are what they observe, they end up having to change their models and everything because they're just putting I don't think they for sure understand all of they don't know, they're calculating, and it's falling within that window of something, but I slamming into that. Can we hit an asteroid? Can we do that? Can we nudge it enough to get it out of the way? These are all these are all noble pursuits, and we all saw Bruce Willis.
That's
We
what I
all
was gonna
saw Bruce
say. I
Willis.
mean, we always can get the offshore oil guys, man.
Those
Send them up
offshore
there.
oil guys, they could fucking do anything. Those are the guys.
And
Those are the ones we need doing all the work. Hemp seeds around 40. Yes, they're as a food source, as a mood source. I like the way that happened. As
well, I
a
just
food
like
source, as a mood source,
I
weed
like
is
it
the
as a
way to go.
fabric. You know, like hemp shirts and stuff. It's like durable. You know, I
Yep.
like things that are like indestructible. Yes.
We're we're kind of and I say this all the time. It's one of the reasons why I really feel we are that this could be a simulation because it is
It
such an
is.
interesting point in history. It is the civilization that has industrialized and risen up to this point, and now AI is going to be born, and what happens? And the possibility of this other we know Apophis. There is a chance, and it's definitely going to be the closest thing and the biggest. And we watched that thing hit Jupiter. We watched that
Oh
once, so it's not like,
fuck.
and it scarred the hell out of that for a
Yeah,
while.
dude.
So
But
it's
that's okay. Europa, we may be able to like get on, one of Elon's transporters and hang out there, man.
that amount of knowledge mankind hasn't had, or at least the history that we're aware of, with man, hasn't had the knowledge that oh yeah, asteroids hit planets and knock people out and kill them, and it's been in our lifetime that they speculated it,
Hmm.
that they actually then observed it there with Schumacher, Levy Schumacher, something along those lines. I can't remember what the name of it. The one that hit Jupiter, so it's
Oh,
been
dude.
seen and proven to happen. We didn't know about super, but we know about this at this time. It's been within our lifetimes that all that knowledge has kind of changed, and now we have this, and that's not that long. That's not that long on a
No, no,
cosmic
no. It's
scale.
like I forgot the Harvard guy that wrote this book, but they talk about it, the compression and like the how long it took us to fly, and then from that point to the moon. It's going to be faster and faster, and with AI, and that's why literally there'll be a day when somebody will have a business model that literally will knock Amazon out overnight. It's hard for us to see that now, but that will happen. You know,
Exactly. Everybody, and if we make it.
but that's
That's
the
if we
other.
we have the ability. Let's factor in. We've only it's been under 100 years that we've had the ability to just blow the fucking planet up, to just
Well,
to just destroy everything on that. I mean, with the nukes that we have. So that is
and we
not.
kind of got World War III going on. I mean, there's just a lot of fucking like I mean, and I just feel like everyone's
Is
like,
that
ah,
not
fuck it.
just the we live in a world that the biggest people making money are the profiteers.
Well, yeah,
You have the war complex making sure that we're that and oil, making sure that the things happen the way that they want them to happen. And war is people have been making money off of war
Dude,
forever,
I mean,
forever.
I don't know if you checked the latest, and we won't get into it here, but the Middle East is just went to a
The
different
pagers,
level yesterday. You
the
know,
yesterday there was something else. Oh, the bombing.
yeah, it's just a different level, and what's going down in Lebanon and fucking, it's just it's not good. You know,
It it seems like such a pivotal time to where something's got to break or something's going to just what is that next. It'd be great if it were first contact. It'd be great if it were hey, oh look, this ship has now landed and their emissaries come on out and fucking hey, look at this, it's first contact, we actually are, there is more
right?
out there. Could that be enough? Or would there be such a spin machine put in place? We gotta kill them aliens out on social media and everything else to where man would just screw it for themselves as opposed to uniting and maybe
Well,
joining some
how you
galactic.
around here you could have like one dipshit little small country on this planet kind of fuck up the entire planet. If they're in a
Yeah,
key. I wonder if we're like in some key area of the galaxy where all the superpowers of the galaxy going like these fucking rednecks out at Earth, man. If they keep doing their redneck shit, they're gonna fuck up whatever it is. It's gonna fuck up the balance. You know what I mean?
we are because we're gaining technology. It would
Right.
be if you were an alien race. And personally, I believe that there is life out there, but it's
I do.
artificial. I think it would have to be artificial because I believe AI is inevitable in any nation that makes it to a spacefaring position. You're going to be trying to build AI. You will naturally get to that point, and I don't think you can keep it in a bottle. So I think that would be out there, but you'd be watching us. You'd be. This would be a time when you'd be observing and
I
everything
think
along those
if you're
lines.
if you're if you're a society that can now do anti gravity propulsion, which would probably be whoever could get here is probably some form of anti gravity. I'm sure that it's almost like where they can have an AI where you are. It's like you're here but not, just like a game that we play, an AI game, but they go into like a virtual reality mode where they're up in planet Xeon, but they feel like they're here through the robot. You know what I mean?
They have their
Yeah.
exactly your avatar situation.
Right,
The
right.
avatar situation where you're inhabiting the other. That and so this seems just so pivotal of a time. There's
Yeah,
no
it
way
does.
things are not going to be in another what, 10 years, 15 years. There's no way that things are going to be anywhere near recognizable. We can't even it could be in so many different directions because either the that'll be after the time that the thing could hit us, if that's going to happen. AI is here and not going away. We'll see how that lands. uh, World War III, like you're talking about, there's just so much global warming. Hey, how quickly is that going to ramp up? Is
Oh
it like a
fuck,
thing that
dude.
seems like it's, it seems to me if all of a sudden you've got more volatile weather, well, that feeds more volatile weather. And
Exactly.
maybe it's an exponential growth that, okay, all of a sudden it's just, let's wipe the surface of the planet clean with
I
wind
can't
and,
just. I'm just looking at the past 10 years and what's happened, and I'm telling you, there are parts of Arizona and like Las Vegas. It's unlivable.
yeah.
It's 118 all day long and at night, and that's only going to get worse next year. I mean, everybody move north. But
That exactly. I wonder if I'm moving far enough. I
yeah,
wonder, is Buffalo going to be far enough?
well, there's
Am I
not
going to say,
much.
hey,
If you look
let's
at the
cross
map,
that
it's just
border?
like you're pretty,
Let's cr-
road trip to Canada. You're at the North Pole almost. You know what I mean?
I'll get one of those foldable. They'll deliver it up there. Amazon Homes, $19,000. It comes
I know
as
what you're
a
talking about. I've been looking at those.
unfolds and everything. Just put that thing in place.
That's
Dig
the other
myself a
thing. You know, we should be way further ahead on manufactured. I'm not talking this cheap shit manufacturer. I mean, there are like major companies that like. I mean, malls and stuff are prefab. I can't believe we're not farther along than we are with manufactured, modular home building. Because I know, like the Mormon Church, their temples are all modular, and you can't. I mean, it's really gotten awesome. You know what I mean? So you could probably do housing pretty inexpensive if we got like modular, like you said, foldable house. I love that idea, man.
Well, and when you think about it, we've only had for 10, maybe 20 years. The computer's been there, and so the
Hmm.
computer can be in industry, but right now the computer's in everybody's hand. So everybody who has a thought, so you've got a lot more access with those brains and all that. So I could see there should be more. I all of the different robotic. I think they're getting away from labor. I think everything
Oh
that's
yeah.
the advances in these areas are all to go with automation, uh, because workforces are shrinking. We need the immigrants because we have to have industries that have to have workers. Because our population decline as it's been going
And
just to
that's why
just
we're
to
going to
keep the
have
jobs.
the robots and AI. Because I mean, I honestly, I get that we need all these bodies for work, but there some of these reasons are good reasons. Like it's fucking really expensive, so I'm going to have one kid instead of 15. You
Yep.
know,
People,
ah,
it's too expensive. Kids used to be when you're out in the country. Kids are a part of your workforce.
right.
The dad sells the farm once the last one that's working leaves. That was what Grandpa did. He sold the farm after Larry left. Okay, sell the herd. I'm not going to be able to be
Yeah.
managing the herd because my kids aren't there. And you had the urbanization through the last, everybody, the jobs were in the cities, and so everybody has gone there. Rabbit, peace and love, rabbit, fallen and can't get up. Well, you think we can help? You've got a phone. If you've fallen, you must be on your phone. You 911.
I
I don't
tell
know
you
though.
what,
Rabbit might be in Canada. They may not use 911.
you
I'm not
talk
sure what
about
all that's
karma.
about.
I used to make fun of that commercial. You know what I mean? And the older you
Hmm.
get, the more you realize, hey man, that commercial's not funny. I mean, yeah,
I was
you
sitting
fall
here
down, you
earlier
die.
today.
Mm.
I was sitting here earlier in the middle of the night. I guess it is. I don't. It's sunup. I have no fucking clue. It was a couple hours ago, and I'm eating Doritos, just handfuls of fucking Doritos from straight from the bag, chugging down some water to try to mix those up, and I'm thinking, if I choke and pass and die, how long would it be before anybody found my body? And I thought that's really what Facebook is I post every now and then just to be, okay, I'm alive. I'm alive. That's the way you know whether or not I'm alive. Is whether I post on Facebook.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we. I'm sure you had people, but I've worked with people that would die in a hotel room and they wouldn't realize for a week. I mean, there was a guy that died at work. He was, on a factory floor. He died underneath a piece of automation equipment, and it was like he was there for like 2 weeks, and it was only because of the smell. And,
Oh,
and, and it was
jeez.
yeah, it was like, I mean, to be that poor bastard, you know,
Yeah.
die
Well,
at
that
work.
was that was what as I sat there eating my Doritos, that was my thought. How long would the dog? When would the dog start to feed on me?
Oh,
I see. My
yeah.
brother comes to town about once a month. My brother comes to town and he has wondered the same thing. Am I going to be the one to have to find your body? Is that what it is? Because he gives me a hard time because I'm the older brother and everything.
Well,
But
it's when I was really struggling there in Oklahoma, there were people that were calling in like welfare checks on me and shit. And so to your point, I would post on Facebook just I'm alive. I'm
yeah,
You know. But it's good
That's
to
why
have
every
people
now and
check
then.
on you, because I mean, next door neighbor here, she committed suicide. That's the other thing with old people. With as people age, there's a lot of suicide that they don't talk about. But there's I'd love to get the data, but I'm just seeing a lot of seniors. Man, it's sad, dude. I mean, it's sad seeing old people grow up alone. I mean, grow old
Yeah,
alone. It's because they need help, man, and we
that
and we
was
make it
actually
harder.
that I did not say it because it is such a sad truth. But in the moment, yeah, I did think it there with my uncle as he was just going off,
Hmm.
and I just wanted to say, you know, if you were right, you wouldn't be dying alone, right? You wouldn't be dying alone,
Right.
and but he is the way he is and everything, and it is. Well, isn't suicide natural? Isn't suicide natural?
Well, it just old people. It depends. I mean, they've got a lot of painful conditions that they're living in. They got doctors that cut them off. There's all kinds of
You get to a point. You get to a point where you're making that choice.
Yeah.
Everybody, we don't have great death care. We don't
Yeah,
have
dude.
shit
I
for death
was.
care. I blame fucking religion. We don't. We're just. We should be much further along with the death booths. Should be there. Uh, that's the ultimate freedom. You don't have to fucking be here. You
Well,
don't
and
have
that
to do
was,
anything.
dude, I
It's
was close, man. If they did surgery, I mean, that was just, I mean, I had already accepted that I knew that, I mean, I didn't think about it much a long time, but I knew that eventually, I'm not Superman, that I would get to the point where I cannot take this. I mean, everybody I met just a lot of people I met, 13 people in 6 years that committed suicide because of pain, you know.
I and I tell everybody. I figure that'll be the way I go.
Yeah.
I if there is a point, because I will not, once quality of life is gonna be completely gone, and it's just I think, and if I'm old, uh, I'm gonna make that choice. I'm gonna end up making that choice, because I've seen too many people just make the other choice, and oh my god, just for okay, the horror that they go through, it's I don't want to do that. Any sign of Alzheimer's, any sign of Alzheimer's, and I am gonna find myself, if it has to be a tall building, whatever the method is that's gonna be used. That's just kind of like a Hunter S. Thompson. Maybe didn't Hemingway eat a shotgun? Wasn't
Yeah, Hemingway did too, but Hunter S. Thompson's was weird. It wasn't just like, hey, this really. I mean, I don't even know if he was depressed. He just,
he was done. He was
yeah,
just done.
yeah,
I've reached the end.
yeah.
I want that. I want that control. It is a control thing. Mr. Coffee, peace and love. Jamie. Jamie. Jamie, there's a video over on my videos tab where it's sensual eggs. It was called sensual eggs.
I
It was an
forgot about that
improv.
song.
That is Jamia. Jamia is there with the low scoop net, scoop neck, just showing it off and dropping the eggs and just,
Sensual eggs, man.
hey, she could edit that part out. She didn't edit it out. She left it in there. She wanted
She
those
dropped
eggs.
some egg emojis.
She wants those eggs to be seen. I hope you are doing good this morning, Jamia. I hope you're having a good one.
Be right
I
back.
know it says music vibe. I may play. I may play for a moment while he's gone. Just to kind of that way, I feel like I have fulfilled. I have fulfilled the promise of a music vibe. I'll be using my bass though. Let's see if this makes any noise. No, I don't like that tone right now. I want to practice with that later. I will play with this one. reverb because I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. It's one of those mornings. Manic depression searching my soul. I know what I want, but I just don't know how to go about getting it. Feeling sweet feelings drip from my fingers. Oh, manic depression's captured my soul. Woman so willing, sweet cause in vain. You make love, you break love, it's all the same when it's over. Music, sweet music, I wish I could caress, 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 caress. Oh, manic depression's a frustrating mess. I think I'll go turn myself off and go down all the way. Really no use in me hanging around in your kind of scene. Music, sweet music, I wish I could caress, caress, and kiss, and kiss. Oh, manic depression's a frustrating mess. There you go. There you go. I have delivered now on the music vibe. And I don't know if you noticed, since we were on the topic, that last verse. I think I'll go turn myself off and go down, all the way. Really, no use in me hanging around in your kind of scene.
Yeah.
It's about killing yourself. It's totally that last verse is about it. It's right there. Jamia has dropped her link. Jamia is a fantastic content creator, fantastic person. If you are not connected to Jamia, please click on that link, get connected, watch a video over there, leave a comment on the video, click that like, click that subscribe, all those things. She is awesome. Oh, I've seen her over there at Swoops. You know, I lurk a lot. I lurk.
Same here.
A creepy lurker. I'm just a creepy lurker. That's what I do.
No, I don't. It's not that. I'm doing other things, but I'm like listening and watching as I'm doing other stuff. You know.
If I write in the chat, I'm gonna end up talking to a ton of people.
That's why.
And it's like let me just enjoy the show. I want to read the chat, see everything going on, have a good time, but I don't want to be engaged in it. I want to just have it be something that's happening over there. Oh, you're gonna be mad at Nightbot? Don't do that. Rabbit, don't do that. You can't spell awesome without Wes. Ooh. So I delivered. It's the music stream. I feel good about that. I feel like I delivered. 6 a.m. music stream, 6:15. That was what I decided it needed to be. So you're all screwed up. You're all screwed up with your or is this?
I'm pretty.
I mean,
good.
It was a little early for you to be up.
It is,
or is it a little late? I mean, I haven't been to bed.
No, I went. Like I said, I crashed, but no, I'm pretty much on a day. You know, now it's hard for me now to stay up past, like, 11 midnight. You
Yeah.
know, that pushes it, you know, right now. But that could switch in any second. That could be, you know, 180 out, you know.
That's kind of. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do today. I'm not sure. I knew I'm doing. I know I'm doing this. I'm gonna be calling to wake her up about 10 o'clock,
Hmm.
cause she's got to check on her parents, and then she's probably going back to sleep. I may sleep for an 8 hour. I've only gotten 3 hours average for the last, I don't know, 4 days, something like that. So I think I need a good at least 8 hours. I need at least 8 hours of sleep. But again, that could change. Again, that
Yeah,
could
I
change.
mean,
She's
look, if you guys want to do any kind of filth later, I'll be, you know, up. I know it's like you have no idea because of sleep, but you know, I do. Like I said, I'm up now. This is it. You know.
hell. I could. We could stop this. Take. We could take it. Well, what time is it? Let me see.
Oh, it's not even 6 a.m. here,
Oh,
so it's
it's
not even.
only fucking quarter.
I mean, don't worry. There's plenty of time between now and.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, we better you start making the plans now.
I was thinking, is it like 9? It's no, it's quarter to 8, so that's not bad. No, we could. I could. I wouldn't mind. I do wanna be working with the characters. I wouldn't mind bringing Karen out for a
Oh, dude,
stream
that would be
in an
epic.
hour or something like that. I could shut everything down, get Karen out. We could do one of those verticals, and you could have Satan or whoever there,
Satan,
along with
Santa. Yeah.
whatever works, man. Whatever your
Yeah.
vibe. You want to do that in an hour? You feeling?
Whatever you want to do. I mean, you know, we do that later, or we could do it like tonight. Whatever you want to do. You know.
What works for you? Cause I have no my concept of fucking day and night is out the fucking window.
Let's do this. Let's stick with this, and then do that later in the day, and it valleys around. You know what I mean? It just because
Oh,
I think I think rest might be, but let's just do this. This is cool. That way, you know, I just think trying to shut down and start something new. Wait for later. You know
well,
what I
if
mean?
that would allow for the character. No, I because I do want to start bringing those up. I do want
Yeah.
to start getting. I've got, like I said, I've got that marketing idea that involves Karen, Roofy the dog, Terry the turtle, and his name is Bob. I think it's Bobby. I think his name is Bobby. The
Oh God.
Duke is Australian
Oh,
for
I love the
penis.
Australian. I
It's,
love.
Ellie hates that Australian. He kept calling her. He called her Sheila nonstop.
Sheila.
Oh, you're a sassy Sheila. I don't know what to say to you. Crikey.
What was it, Duger? What was it?
Well, Duga is
Yeah.
Australian for penis.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just taking the Foster's ad, right? Foster's is Australian for beer.
Right.
Duga is Australian for penis. And I say that so many different times, and it's not. It's not. I just made that
Right.
shit up. But no, that the four of them. I've got kind of what I think is going to be a funny vibe with those. It's kind of over the top commercial, kind of having some quick stuff. But I want this to be, I want there to be, there may be a sequence of them, connected but disconnected, but a 10 to 12 minute loop that I'm going to run through OBS and have
Hmm.
OBS. If there's a point where I'm here, I can add myself down into the stream. Have that. I can pause it. I can do whatever, but allow that to just run while I have the link to what we're selling up in the
Oh
pin
yeah,
to the
dude.
top,
Oh yeah.
and just let it go for 10 hours at a time
Yeah.
or something like that, and see if they'll put me out there to where can I get because they gave that live 300 in an hour. If I can I get 300 potential clients, potential customers in front of me in an hour? Does that mean I can reach 3,000 in 10 hours? what can happen with it, just as an experiment, and because we had an idea. I don't want to give it away until we actually launch it here, and I'm hoping. Actually, I was hoping Saturday, but I have fucking because of the breakfast, the family shit, all that other
Right.
stuff. It's been a fucked up week, man. We have done a lot of lives. We have done a lot of lives
Oh,
this
dude,
week.
I like I said, it was like, and it was weird because we're kind of on different schedules now. I'm waking up to like West Alley all day, all night. And I'm like, okay, it's just like I get, I figured something was going on, like family or just bad weather, but
We just kind of have felt. I've gone live. I've
right,
gone live to give me something to do so I don't lie down and fall asleep.
right.
So that I was keeping my schedule to where I knew I'd be up in the morning Saturday morning for that breakfast thing that
Hmm.
I think happened at like 10 o'clock. I was totally ready by 6. But so I'm doing these breakfast lives. She's showing up for them. And then I'm hanging out with her during the day. And this was a day when I'd been up for 24 hours. I think it was either
Oh,
Thursday or
yeah.
Friday. And she says, well, I had 4 joints while I'm hanging out with her. And she says, well, you're probably going to do a music stream now, right? And I'm just, well, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do one.
Right.
just, and there were a couple things. There were a couple things I played that it was like, I kind of like that. I could turn that into something afterwards. But it was almost surreal because I was so exhausted. I was at like
Hmm.
hour 28 or 29, of staying awake,
Hmm.
and I did that stream, and then that night, 1 or 2 streams with her, and then the next day a couple of streams on my channel, on her channel that night. It's been crazy. She's been doing art.
Oh, I mean, and it's awesome. I mean, the pumpkin up there, man, with the ghost coming in and out.
I wish if we were on one of the other brands, she's got a. Well, maybe it's on this brand. Let me see if it's an overlay. No, I was hoping it was going to be an overlay. Let me switch us over to, I think, Test Brand, which probably is a different show altogether. Watch me work. Fuck it. I'm not gonna worry. This should have the ghost in it. Here's the one.
Yeah, love it.
Boo! You suck. Boo! She's gonna redo some of these. She created the ones. This one kind of smiles and hey, but she was just experimenting around
No,
with
it's
these.
really cool, man. I love that tool she's doing it in. I got to learn more about it. Just much quicker, and she doesn't fuck around with green screen in the back of it, right? It's just
I
already
I
transparent.
I used it. I used it over here. Put the green screen on the
Hmm.
background for it there, and then set my pen to white. And while I was and added that in OBS, green screened out the green, so I was able to draw on the camera and on the screen that I was on. I have the ability to do that now.
Wow. Okay.
Uh, I had seen that on another channel. I'd seen this big channel that was writing while he's talking. He's making notes on the screen for everybody, and somebody asked in the live chat how he did it, and I'm not going to tell anyone. He wouldn't let, and it's like, well, I can figure that out. I mean, you could just green screen and with a white pen in Adobe Fresco, and so I pulled that up and I was doing it. It slows down my process too much. I lag too much whenever I'm working in any of those things. I end up getting too much lag on my camera and all that.
Well, that's the other thing.
Fresco is the worst.
The two things and
Sorry.
I don't know how much I use them. That's why I'm kind of sitting on it. But a really good art pad. I mean, where I can work within the apps like Adobe, right within the
Yep.
pad,
Yep.
and then also, God, I'm not even high, and I forgot about the other thing. But there was something else with the art pad. But it was like, but the art pad would be, a really really awesome deal. You know.
I've got this. I've got the four by. It's a 4x6 area that, and I have it mapped to just one of my three monitors, the 4x6 area. So I'm in the app, and I'm able to run the app and everything with the pen that I have here. It was a Huion. You don't
Yeah.
have to. They actually have decent quality. My ex has a 24-inch Huion USB
Though
monitor and
that's
everything.
those are that's supposed to be the brand, isn't it? That's the one.
It's it before that's the one when it comes to the monitors and everything.
Yeah.
What's the Wacom tablets and Wacom? Those are really super expensive though. Huion became the alternative to that. I did have and used it for years an X Pen tablet, XP pen I think it was, but it was only a 12-inch and I couldn't really. It was a monitor tablet, a USB, and I wanted a bigger interface to be able to work with. It was just it wasn't enough for me to be able to see what I was doing, and I'd have to zoom in areas so I wasn't really. I needed a larger monitor. A 22-inch, a 24-inch, something like that is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And Huion has, but I think you're looking at depending upon the time of year, you can get them. You can get deals on them, but a lot of times they're close to $800.
Yeah. That's what I was
the nice
looking
ones.
at. And it was the jam stick, the MIDI guitar.
Yep, yep.
For me, I just think that would be an easy way to like do background music without having to, because I can just play the guitar and use different fucking things, and it'd be fun. But I don't know yet, because that's like $700 for one of those.
And you got to lay in the other tracks. I have a MIDI is nice though. I have a keyboard that I use for MIDI, an
Right.
Akai AKI. I don't know how that's pronounced, but I use it for animation. I could use it for actually recording and other stuff
Hmm.
because it is a MIDI controller. But I use it for the animation and character animator. I because that way MIDI, it doesn't matter if character animator has the focus or not. I can be over in StreamYard and not actually have Windows have the focus on it
Okay.
because keystrokes will not go to the app that doesn't have focus. Keystrokes, if you're trying to use hotkeys, will only work in the app that you actually has a focus. MIDI, MIDI just gets connected. So MIDI, I can be hitting over here and still be in StreamYard, and I don't even have to be looking at character
I remember
animator.
you
And
telling me
it does the
about
moves.
that, because I've got a MIDI keyboard that I just have never. I mean, it's great, right? But I just have never plugged it in because I don't have the studio yet. And by the time I do, I just thought for me, just because I don't want to have to fuck around with. I don't know yet. But it sounds like you could set up the MIDI player like a Stream Deck. Just each key means something different, and
That is what I very similar to a Stream Deck, but for my purposes, it's within Character Animator,
okay,
and because they'll monitor the MIDI channel as well, so you can set hotkeys for your keyboard with each one of your preset animations or the poses and different stuff, or you can assign them to a MIDI key, and so and I've got dials on the MIDI controller as well. So I'm able to something that like a X position, so I can move them horizontally across the screen and all that. I use a dial for that with Karen. I've got that attached to a dial. Uh, so it works for those purposes. They sell them though to produce beats and produce EDM and different things
right,
like that. That's what. But now Adobe will read MIDI. So if you've got a MIDI, a character animator, you'd be able to control it with the
okay.
MIDI controller.
Well,
It's just remembering, which key you assign to what.
soon, man, soon. I can't wait to stretch out a little bit. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun, so much easier to do shit. But so
It
when are you
makes
guys
sense.
supposed to get? It's like, are you guys still warm during the day, or are you getting cold? I mean, What's it doing there?
It's going to be close. It'll be in the upper 80s. It was 86 yesterday or something. I think it's going to be 88 today, maybe. But we are getting rain the rest of the week. I just, they say, oh, it's going to be cooler, but then it's not.
Right.
Or they say it's going to be really super hot. That happened a week ago, and it didn't get super hot. Which worries me. If things are getting that out of whack with the historical models, because all of the forecasts are based on historical models
Yeah, screw
of
the
different
fucking
weather
Farmer's
patterns and
Almanac,
everything.
man.
It's not like they've got so much monitoring every little particle out there, so everything is some sort of here's what's happened with these patterns. Here's what we forecast. Here's how it goes, and if those should be fairly accurate, but if those are getting just worse and worse, and that says that things are changing. That says that things are changing more and more, and
Well, I feel bad, like, here where we're at, you see a lot of deer. It's just because we're so close to the mountain, but I mean, you can. It's hot for them, and it's just, I just wonder what the impact is on some of our wildlife in some of these areas. And now all of a sudden, the temperature's going up 20 degrees. You know what I mean?
well, the polar bears are almost gone, right?
I know, I
The
know.
fucking polar bears are almost gone because of the heat. It's gonna happen. Everything. Most all species are extinct at this
Yeah.
point. We're just, and it does. They say that we are in another die off. We are in another.
That's another thing that people are ignoring. But yeah, we're kind of in that.
We're wiping them out, and we are the invasive species, kind of taking all the resources in the space.
Yes, we are.
The animals can't live where we've got a shopping mall. Just the rats.
And I'm shocked,
You're
like
taking away
here.
a lot.
I mean, I'm really starting to notice it. Like here in Colorado, it's like, I get it. You move out here, you want to have a bunch of land and shit, but everybody has a bunch of land, and so there's like houses everywhere. It's like build up or build down, or not all of it, but more of it. I don't know what the answer is, but they're taking up a lot of the open space here, and I feel bad because it's like even where we live, which is like right at the base of the Pikes Peak, but
Mm.
you see these displaced deer all the fucking time, man. I mean, just like, fuck it, they're sleeping by the shopping mall, which used to be their habitat. It's just bad. It's just sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just sad.
That's what you see in New York, Evan. Isn't
Oh
that
yeah.
another thing you see on Staten Island in different areas? They're just overrun with deer in certain spots. Hey, it's
Yeah,
great.
dude.
It's a great world. It's gonna be fun. Let's let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
wrap this
I
thing
gotta
up.
do some stuff.
We've gone for an hour and 42 minutes. There's gonna be more today, people. I have no idea. Anything you want to promote before I?
Nah, just peace and love, and I would tell everybody to hit the reminder on your page, because you'll probably be going on several more times today.
At least
Yeah.
two more. I'm really pouring it on now. Peace and love, everybody.
Yep.
Peace
Bye.
and love.